everybody, this is Tank and Trucker, and today we are going to review the brand spank me new STRV S1. It's the new Swedish tank destroyer with siege mode. It's the only way you're going to be able to see siege mode other than if you get to the UDIS 03, which is a tier 8 that has a siege mode, but it's not, this one's still, this is more like your STRV 1030. It's like the tier 9, as in the gun is mounted right to the hull of the tank. It goes right there. You can't go up or down with it, left or right. Basically, you have to move the whole tank destroyer to move that gun. With the UDIS 03, or excuse me, the UDIS, 03, that gun is in there like you see on the other one, but if you look, it goes all the way to the back here, and you've got a pivot point in the back. So you can actually lift this gun up and down pretty much almost, you could probably shoot airplanes out of the sky. I want to say it's about maybe a 40, yeah, I'd say it's about a 45 degree where you can raise the gun without being in siege mode on the UDIS 03. Now the STRV S1, you don't have that pivot point with the gun in the back, so you have to go into siege mode, whereas the hydro pneumatic system, where it lifts the whole hull of the tank up to give you your elevation and depression. I took it out for one match, and that's the one you're going to see. Love it. I love it, love it, love it. I wish I'd get a team that would actually win today, because I have lost 7 in a row so far, and it's really getting to be annoying. And also, as you will see in the review, I did have coffee and cinnamon buns set up, but I now have the premium fire extinguisher. I've got premium fire extinguishers in every single one of my tanks or tank destroyers. And you will see exactly why I put the fire extinguisher back in there, because I got hit twice. One round bounced, and the other one penned me and lit me on fire, and the tank literally burnt. All 1,000 hit points were gone from one shot and burning. So yeah, I was a little upset. A little upset with myself there. Jeff, bad Jeff, bad Jeff. So anyways, let's go over this rascal. What do you get? Well, you get 1,000 hit points, which I believe is the lowest hit points for any tier 8 tank destroyer. I think it's even less than the UDIS 03. No, it's actually the same, but as for a premium, though, no, yes, it is the lowest. You have 30 millimeters of armor all the way around, so basically it is paper thin on your sides and butt, and it's very flat in the rear. And it's got an angle, but I mean, if somebody's sitting behind you, they're going to go right through that like paper. Now, the front, on the other hand, is very, very well sloped. I mean, look at the angle on this. It is like, oh my God, yeah, straight down. And on the front, it's like a ramp you take your skateboard on. It is very, very well angled. I mean, look at that. And that is where you are able to bounce the rounds on the enemy vehicles that are shooting at you. Now, if it is a 90 millimeter or below, they will not be able to overmatch your armor, so if they shoot from the front, are basically forced to shoot at the commander's cupola. That's the only weak point that is on this tank that a 90 millimeter can shoot at in the very front. Anything that's a 91 millimeter and above will auto overmatch your armor, meaning that they can penetrate you pretty much no problem, unless you basically aim this directly at them. That's the easiest way I can explain to make this armor work for you, is if you have the gun aimed directly at the tank that you're going to shoot at, and he shoots at you, there's a good chance you're going to bounce the round. Otherwise, this one is faster than the UDIS 03, and once you're in siege mode, moving forward and backwards, thank God, because the UDIS 03, oh my God, that's just painfully slow. When you go into siege mode on that, if you got to move, it's like literally a creeping turtle that has 2 broken legs and is in a wheelchair, and his other 2 legs are missing. It just is so slow. So this at least moves at a little more decent of a speed when you're in siege mode. So let's go over the gun real quick, and this is one freaking phenomenal gun. I carry 10 APCR gold rounds in this, and probably won't really ever even need to shoot any of those, even in a tier 10. The penetration on this gun will go through a moss pretty much no problem. So you get a tier 10 gun on a tier 8 tank destroyer. The rate of fire, now this is stock that I'm going to go over, and then I'll go over mine. It's 5.88 rounds a minute. Penetration, and these are APCR rounds except for your HE, obviously. So you get awesome freaking rounds. You don't even have to worry about really leading targets. If you got a target shooting across the field, basically aim at the front of the tank and keep, as he's moving, shoot, and you'll pen that thing. It's like spot on, accurate. I don't want to say laser designator like the Leopard one is, but it's very accurate. But the round comes out of the barrel with such good velocity, being that they're APCR rounds. A lot of times you don't even have to lead it to hit your target. Standard pen is 288, which is phenomenal. And premium bumps you up to 330 for APCR. That is great. I mean, normally here 330 you think heat, but for this it's not heat. It is APCR, and you get HE is 53 penetration. Average damage is 390 for your standard and your premium, and 480 for your HE round. Average damage per minute is 2,294. Dispersion is 0.4. Aim time is 3 seconds. Now that is out of siege mode. Sorry, let me move this down. You guys are looking at looks like I'm half asleep here, looking at my chin. So that is when you are not in siege mode. So my reload is actually 8.42 seconds. A gun traverse is 30.6, and your hull is identical because obviously the gun is mounted to the hull. So you can spin pretty quick. You still can get circle strafe, so you got to be careful of that. If you see lights and medium fast movers coming at you, make sure you're near a building or a rock so that you can hopefully not get your butt handed to you. Gun depression is -11 and +11. So shooting down is great, but if you got to shoot, let's say up on a hill, or at a tank up on a hill, you're gonna have some trouble because 11 to the positive is only, I'm guessing it's about like that. So you might have some trouble shooting up at vehicles that are up on hills. So got to watch that. Aim time on mine says 2.81 seconds, and dispersion is 0.38. Now, like I said, these aren't 100% correct because that's giving you the stats as if it were right now, not in siege mode. When you go in siege mode, your aim time and your dispersion go up. I don't know the exact 100% stats of that, but I know it is very good. And you'll see on the replay on mine, as soon as you pull, when you get that bloom, it goes up and then it shrinks in again. This goes boom, shrinks right back in. It is fast. So you only get 1,000 hit points, so you got to watch that because as I found, one hit and burn to death, you lose those really quick. It's a 33.4 ton, 35 ton tank, but mine's at 33.4. So don't ram anything unless it's a light tank that you're ramming. Because if you even you ram into one of these, the problem I had yesterday is I rammed into an STRV 103B in my STR 103B, and when I did, there's such an angle there. We were coming to each other like this. I hit him, I bounced, and I went like this, and he pushed me up just like that, shot me once, and then pushed me over and shot me in the butt. So yeah, gotta be careful of that. It's got a 540 horsepower engine, and I noticed this one, even though it has 50 forward and 45 reverse for the uh, kilometers an hour for the speed. The specific power to weight 16.7, which don't get me wrong, that's not super bad, but I'm used to the STRV 103B, the UD's 03, and the STRV 1030. They are all very fast, forward and reverse, and this one just to me seems kind of sluggish, but that's because like I said, I'm used to the other ones. Switching into siege mode takes 2 seconds, and it's nice because going out of siege mode on this one, like the tier 9 and 10, only takes 1.25 seconds, where in the UD's 03 takes 2 seconds going in and 2 seconds going out. Doesn't sound like a lot, but believe me, that 2 seconds, the half a second difference there, it is it makes a world of difference. It really does. It really, really does. Concealment on this one is 38.22, and if you look at the UD's 03, 54.69, and even the tier 10 is 36.12. So your UD's 03 is like the invisible tank, and this one is more like your tier 9 and 10. Where's my tier 9? Oh, no wonder. I'm like, well, I got the tier 9 too. Where's that at? Let's see what that one is. 103B. 103B's got good concealment, I thought. 36. Or, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. The 1030. It's only 27 on the tier 9. I thought it was actually more than that. I wonder if it's because, I don't think it because it doesn't have the crew setting in it. That would make a difference. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it actually does make a difference with the crew just not even setting in it. Huh. Interesting. They all look pretty much the same. Except for obviously the shield on the 103B for your heat rounds and your HE. Now, if somebody shoots HE at this, when it hits that, you can still get, take splash damage because it explodes on that shield, and then the mist or whatever of the shell still hits you and it can still deal splash damage or hit you in the lower plate. I like that lower plate. I wish it were a little bit lower though. I think it would give it more of an angle. Yeah, I would bring it because it's like this, so it would bring it down. It would be more of an angle. But I like the looks of all these. They're all really nice, wicked, just sweet looking tank destroyers. I wish World of Tanks would have done the change in the overmatch rules for the shells before when they were gonna for the last patch, but then they turned around and didn't put them in, and that's why these are penetrated pretty easy from a lot of your tanks that normally wouldn't penetrate a tier 9 or 10. Just because everything overmatches your armor. So okay, so we got, view range is 480 on this, but that's also because I've got nods on it. Without nods, if I remember right, it was 374 before the nods, and then 480 with the nods. And plus I've got, I've got improved ventilation, Binox, Sisterhood of Steel, Recon, Situational Awareness. So all those really add up, and that's why I've got such a good view range on this. Even if you took off Sisterhoods of Steel, Recon, Situational Awareness, you still have your plus 11 for ventilation and plus 94 for your binocular telescopes. And it has a 927 view range. So, yep, it's got good spotting, good view, good signal, all that. I really like it. A lot of fun, make a butt ton of credits. And the nice thing about these is standard ammunition, standard ammo. The match I just had, now that I remember before I get into that, I actually been having such crappy teams, but my win 8 for that match was 4,103, and my efficiency was 7,244. So yeah, I did. It's right around 3,000 damage, I think it was, and I got a 4,000 win 8. So yeah, this thing is. I'm thinking I'm gonna like it. Yeah. So. It is. It's if you've never driven one of these, it is fast. So if you get into this one, to you, it's going to seem like a rocket. To me, it seems a little bit slower, a little sluggish compared to the other ones that are out there. But they are a lot of fun to play. But it does take a good learning curve to learn how to play this. If you're a decent to good player, buy it. You'll love it. You'll make a lot of credits. If you don't like sniping or dealing with the siege mode, don't buy it. If you're a mediocre to blah player, I would go with a tank destroyer that actually has a turret, or just a regular tank destroyer. If you just got to have this thing, then buy it, but I would do a training room with some friends for several hours to get used to going in and out of siege mode and get used to how it moves and stuff, because it's not your typical tank destroyer by any means at all. So if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll be back and I'll have some gameplay for you. Hey everybody. everybody. So we find ourselves in our first match in the STRV S1 on Ruinberg. This is one of those maps where you look and you go, alright, I'm in a tank destroyer, and it's one of the tank destroyers with hydronomic siege mode. And basically, so you're pretty much screwed going in the city. I mean, you don't want to go in the city, because if you go in there, you will get your butt torn up and basically handed back to you at no time flat. So basically, I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up over here by the entrance of the city from the field, because if they take the field, I've got it covered here. I can fall back into the city if need be and shoot down get a nice shot on the 5916. But what I was saying is, if need be, I can fall down or fall back and I get shots from back here or down this main road back that way. What I prefer to do is hopefully not have to run, but sometimes you don't have a choice. And the way my matches have been going today, well, you know, got a nice shot in the FCM50T. He knew that he got in there, he was basically screwed. And the nice thing is, these are standard rounds, and they're APCRs. They get a really nice velocity coming out of the barrel, so I don't even have to basically lead the target on him that much, pretty much that much at all. And why is this not... that's weird. Must be something to do with the mod pack I'm using. Got a real lucky shot on that light tank there. I didn't think in a million years I was going to be able to shoot him and hit him that T-37. But he went right between the buildings, and I kind of, basically, I don't want to say a blind shot, but it was kind of a blind shot. So we got a 34-3 there. First shot I popped out there, I kind of donked. But the next few shots here, I get some good damage done on him. I think I hit him. I might hit him one more time here, and I think he gets hidden. But you can see the camo on this is. Oh yeah, I killed him. The camo on this is so good. Basically, I'm able to set back here and not even worry about, you know, getting spotted. So we've got 3 kills so far, and I've got 2 of the 3 that our team has. You know, people, they really, oh, you're camping base, come up here and help, but they don't understand, and you'll see once I get going here in a few minutes, why these tank destroyers with the siege mode are really meant to sit back and snipe, because as soon as you're spotted, boom, boom, dead. Yeah, pretty much everything, it's got 30 millimeters of armor all the way around. Like I said in the review, if it's a 90 millimeter or below, basically it's, I don't want to say auto bounce, but they gotta shoot at your commander's hatch in order to pen you. If it's a 91 or above, they can overmatch your armor no problem, and pretty much will pen you pretty easy. So not saying they're gonna pen you every single time, but there's a good chance if they hit you, they can just overmatch your armor because it's so thin. I really wish Wargaming would have went ahead and, here's where I go ahead and kind of scoot across. I noticed they had a lot in the middle there, and nothing was coming this way. I think they kind of saw that everything that popped up disappeared from getting killed. But I wish they would have done the new overmatch rules, and I think, because they were going to do it because of these tank destroyers. In general, that's why they were going to redo the overmatch rules, and that way not everything to shoot you in these pens you. And at the last second they turned around and said, nope, we're not going to do it. And that really, it pissed me off. I know it did me, so it pissed me off. It probably pissed a lot of people off. I got a shot in the side of the STRV S1 there. See, and he was on that side. If I were him, I would have went to basically the K0, and can't believe I shot that, and basically shot a little bit behind him. But yeah, this is one of those maps when you're in these, you don't want to go in the city. you set up in you hit into siege mode, basically you creep around. I'm in siege mode right now, and see how slow I'm moving? It's like T95 with 4 broken legs. I mean, it's just slower than snot in the middle of January on a tree. It's 11 to 10 right now, but basically our team just melts here in the next few seconds. And I knew that they were getting ready to get on our cap, so I figured I'm going to go ahead and get out of this slowpoke mode and get over to, yep, see, they're on our cap right now. And so it's 11-11, and I wanted to shoot over here and try getting into a position where I could at least get a cap reset, hoping that it would give our LTTB and our Easy 8 time to get on cap, and that way I could reset their cap and hopefully, give them enough time to be able to cap out the enemies, basically. So here is why I wish I would have been carrying a fire extinguisher. So I reset, but only a little bit. First hit that hits me lit me on fire, and I don't have a fire extinguisher. I was very, very bummed. The one time I don't carry a fire extinguisher, and that's what happens. But as you can see, our team just basically fell apart in that last few seconds. And yeah, no one on my team besides me tried to get a reset on the cap, so that didn't help matters out much anyways. So, but if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll be right back I'll be right back with some post-game stats. So hold on to your underwears. Hey guys, one thing I did forget to say is this is going to be the 100th giveaway. There'll be a link probably just right in the description of the channel, or I'll put it in the description of this video. And if you click on that link, if you are subscribed to the channel, it will take you to basically a web page, and just enter your name and your email and the information it wants. Basically, I believe it's just your email and your name, and it should see that you're a subscriber to the channel, and it will enter you in for the drawing for. I already gave away the tank, and then a buddy of mine says, hey, they've got a program you can use to randomly select these for you, so you don't have to just kind of, it's a little more fair. And so basically, the prizes that are left are the gold package, which has gold and credits. Sorry. And I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with yet. I never really paid attention to which one it is. It'll probably be like, I don't know. Was it 500,000 credits and a couple thousand gold or something, or 500,000 credits? It's God. I think it's it might be a 2 million. I think it's 2 million credits and 1,000 gold or something like that. I'm not real sure, but I'll get it figured out. I should have had it, so I'm sorry. And 30 days premium time. So get yourself entered in for the last 2 prizes. And again, I apologize. I didn't realize they had these things where you could do that, which would have made it a lot more fair, to be honest with you. I might even go ahead and do these other 2, the drawings for the remaining prizes, and then do another one in a couple weeks when I got a little extra cash in my pocket, and redo it for the tank, because it was a tank of your choice, and Click Boom was the guy that won that, and he picked the STRV S1, and so I already bought that for him and gifted it to him. So if you're watching Click Boom, you've got a tank waiting in your gift in your garage for you. And once I get the drawings for these other items, it goes till, I believe, the 1st or 2nd, and that's I get paid on the 1st or something like that. So the money will be in my account, so that I can go ahead and get these gifts taken off to you guys, and I will send you a message and say, hey, gifts are in your garage. It's gifted to you, so you got to go to your World of Tanks and then get them from your account off that. So, anyways, like I said, it'll be in the description down below of the channel or description for this video, and just click on that, and it'll take you where you need to go to put your name and your email. So, anyways, again, just hold on for a minute, and I will have the post-game stats for you. Wow, guys, I cannot believe that. Basically, this is a good lesson, I guess, because I carry premium fire extinguishers on literally every tank I have. Every one of them. Except for a select few. And I put food on it in order to speed up the aim time, maybe the load time quite a bit, the dispersion. And on this, I was really doing it to help mainly, especially on the dispersion, aim time, and load time. Those three, because this thing is it's really situational with this tank. If it's a city map, you're pretty well screwed. You would have never seen me drive this in the city because you have to set it up in the siege mode, and when you go to do that, it takes 2 seconds to get in siege mode, and it's like 1.5 seconds to get out of siege mode, so on and so forth. But I never in a million years thought one shot would actually damage me and I would cook till the tank blew up. I had this gun just a frickin' singing at the beginning of the match, but then I noticed that they were kind of needing help in the center, so I moved to the center of the map, got a couple shots down the center, and our heavies just all completely sucked. And this is, once again, I've lost literally, this is match number 7 today, and I've lost every frickin' match. I cannot get a team to win a fucking match. This is just making me miserable today. I'm telling you, 7 matches in a row, everyone losses. How can this possibly be? How can you be put on the shitty losing team every frickin' time? How? It's like, I mean, I see people that go and they go AFK and they'll get a 50% win rate. I mean, I'm actually shooting and doing 5,000 damage or 4,000 damage and still fucking losing. Oh my god, I'm telling you, how can I get such shit teams every frickin' match? What did I do, RNG gods? What did I do? So, anyways, uh, what are my thoughts on this tank? Definitely got a great gun, great camo, but once you're spotted, you're screwed. Anything over 90 millimeter will pen you, absolutely no problem. Anything that's under 90 millimeter, you've got that commander's hatch right there. It is not an easy thing to hit, but it's there, and if they have a pretty accurate gun, they can pen that pretty much no problem. I do like it. The only thing I do not like about the Swedish tanks is that, God bless America, siege mode. I don't like that the gun is basically mounted directly to the tank on this, and you can't go up or down, left or right, nothing. If you're not in siege mode, don't even waste a shot trying to shoot at another tank unless literally they are at the very end of your gun, because you will miss. So that was a third class master, or excuse me, can't even talk. Third class master badge, duelist, and I got a high caliber for that match. We hit the FCM 50-20 a couple times at the beginning there, knocked out his track. 2 hits and did 741 damage. The IS-6 hit him twice, 787 damage. The T-34-3 knocked out his loader, hit him twice for 642 and killed him. The STRV S1 on the enemy team hit him once for 360. 5916 hit him once for 396, and the T-37 hit him once for 138 and killed him. We spotted this FCM 50 at the beginning there, and somebody else hit him for 233 damage, and we spotted the 34-3, and somebody else hit him for 144 damage. Yeah, so we had a miserable team, unfortunately. The E-25, that thing is like a damn machine gun. You're telling me you couldn't hit one target? You got 11 shots off and hit 2 and didn't even pen anything. I gotta look, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I gotta look. So let's see. He's got 32,000 battles. He's got damn good, actually. His average damage is, yeah. But his hit rate's pretty good, 62%. Victories, 52%. How can this guy be in that tier 8 that is like a damn machine gun and not even penetrate? I mean, I'm sorry. T29, best tier 7 in the game. Probably better than half the tier 8s and some of the tier 9s that are in the game. 4 shots, 2 hit, no pen. I mean, these guys, I mean, at least we had most of them hit at least one target of something. But the enemy team obviously just had a wee bit better team than we did. Yeah, they had a few that didn't hit crap, but I don't know. I usually don't go ragging on people, but I'm just 7 matches in a row. Come on, man. What and how? It's just ridiculous. So we had 11 shots, 9 hit, 9 pen. They were all standard rounds except for one, which I always shoot a premium round right off the bat. Did 3,064 damage. It was all more than 300 meters. Got hit twice, but only one pen. So one penetrating round, and I basically cooked because it caught me on fire, and I didn't have a fire extinguisher because I went with the coffee and was it coffee and buns or some crap? Cinnamon buns. I wonder if Cinnabon makes it for them. But that is going to be coming off right now, and I'm putting back on a premium fire extinguisher. So screw that. I was just very surprised that the first time I take this out and I get shot and it catches me on fire and I burn. Lovely. Damage block my armor was 240, so that was the one round out of the 2 that hit me. So basically, I got one shot. I mean, the penetrated me for 390 damage, or whatever, and then I burnt for the remaining 800 or whatever it was. Yeah, it's got 1,000 hit points. I think that might be the lowest tier 8 in hit points for tank destroyers. Damage caused with our assistance was 377. Capture, well, actually, defense points was 37 because they were capping us. Made 84,228 credits for courageous resistance. Was 11,520. Excuse me. I've been getting that bonus today for all 7 matches. I've been on the team that lost. 5 of those I've gotten this courageous resistance because I'm doing 4,000 damage. Except for my E50s, I kind of got crap bad damage with those. But so the total amount with that all added was 95,748. And after they resupplied the ammo, consumables, and fixed up my burnt tank, I still made 63,810 credits. So yeah, this thing makes some wicked credits. I use my crew out of my STRV 103B, the tier 10 version of this. But I've had several matches in my UDs 03, the 103B, the 103-0, which is the tier 9. Never been caught on fire. Never, ever, ever, ever been caught on fire. So what are the odds that the very first match I take it out on and I get cooked? Wow. Talk about unfrickin' lucky. So anyways, do I recommend this? I'm going to say 50-50. If you're a decent player and let's put it this way. If you're a decent player and you're good in tank destroyers, then yeah, go ahead. I would get it. Well worth the money. If you're a mediocre to not so good player, not to be an asshole, guys, but I would really hold off until you either, well, geez, oh Pete's. I'd say, until you get into the UDs 03, which puts you into the siege mode type tank. I mean, if you don't like, okay, I guess this is the easiest way to put it. If you don't like setting back and sniping, don't waste your money. This tank is specifically really meant for setting back sniping. You're not going to be front line. If you go to the front, you'll get your ass whipped. You'll get 2-3 shots off and be dead. That's with any of these STRV, the Swedish tank destroyers. It's just not a frontline vehicle. What I believe what World of Tanks really needs to do with this type of tank destroyer, even if they got to nerf, let's say the reload a little bit and maybe the pen a little bit, is take that siege mode going in and out of it and basically make it where you hit the button and you're in it. You hit the button, you're out of it. Because that's most of the time I get killed in those is when the tanks are starting to come at me, and finally get spotted. I'm forced to move. I hit the X button, and it goes, and I go to take off, and boom, I get nailed and killed. And when these things get hit, usually it's bang, 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 and you're dead because by the time you are spotted, most of the tanks on the enemy team are literally on top of you. The rating, camo rating on these are usually phenomenal. Yeah, 38.22. That's really good. I think the only tank I think that actually makes these have a run for their money is the Tier 7 Scorpion, and I believe my camo rating on that is like 58. It's wicked high. But, if you're a decent player, you don't mind sniping in the back, great tank or tank destroyer for you. If you're a mediocre player and I would kind of hold off, or if you really, really plan on getting into the tier 8, 9, and 10 version of the Swedish Tank Destroyer where you got the siege mode, then yeah, I would recommend getting it. I would go have a buddy set up or you set up and have a buddy just set a couple tanks in the match for you, in the room for you, and set up for 30 minutes and just learn how to play it. Have your friends just kind of sit their tent, drive around, and you go set up, and then practice shooting, practice moving. I would definitely not. If you're a mediocre player, I would definitely not go pay. I think it was $40 for this thing. It's like $48, I believe. Um, pay almost $50, or have mom and dad pay $50, or grandparents pay $50, whatever, or rip $50 out of your own wallet and buy it without, taking it once you buy it, take it out and really practice. I wouldn't just jump right in it and take it right into a battle. I did because I've got several matches in both my 103B, the tier 10, the 9, the 8, all of them that have the siege mode. If you don't know kind of what the siege mode is, then I would definitely. I would 100% guaranteed, if you plan on buying it, set up some practice matches with some buddies of yours, and just go practice and learn how to. Sorry, moving my mouse here. Practice at it till you really know that you're going to be doing good at it. So you know what you're doing, because you don't want to go into a match, even in a pub match, and screw up and look like an idiot and have people, send you messages after the match saying, "Hey, you're a fucking loser, uninstall the game." Because they will, and especially if it's on your team and you screw up, they'll do it in the match. You don't want to get embarrassed by, getting yourself into something that you're over your head. These are not easy tanks to play. Any of these tanks that have the siege mode, um, you have to be a decent player. You have to know what you're doing. It takes quite a learning curve to play these things, because it's not as simple as even just a regular tank destroyer where you zing up there and you can move your gun left and right, up and down, and turn the whole tank and blah blah blah. No, these, you go into that siege mode, you creep around. I mean, the UD's 03 is even worse. I think that when that's in siege mode, the movement it creeps. I mean, literally, it's like, I think, say maybe 7 kilometers an hour. It's worse, the worst than the 95 and either. It's like it barely moves. So yeah, it takes quite a learning curve to learn to play these. But if you really got it, you just got to have it. Definitely, if you buy it, set up some training rooms with some buddies. Spend a half an hour to an hour just training up. Learn how to move, shoot, setting up in the siege mode. Do and don't do just field maps and just sit there sniping the shit out of your buddies. Actually, have them load up a city map so you know that you can see. Basically, it's worthless in a city map. Literally worthless. The armor completely sucks on these. I mean, um, when you're looking at, where is it here? Pen, survivability. Yeah, 30 hit, or 30 millimeters of armor all the way around. Everything's gonna pretty much pen you. Sides, back. Yeah, it's got really good slope, uh, but you still have a lower plate. Even though that's actually a really good slope in that lower plate. But you got that commander's hatch, and anything that's over a 90 millimeter will overmatch your armor on this and just basically go through it. So, I mean, I got lucky. I bounced the one round that hit me, but unfortunately, the one that did pen me burned me to death. So, Yeah, this one's one of those where it's 50-50. If you got to have it, make sure you do some practice before you actually take it into a pub match, or you're going to embarrass yourself. If you're really a decent player to a good player, oh, by all means, buy it. You'll enjoy it. It makes shit tons of credits. Um, but yeah, it's to each their own. I'm not your mom or dad, so I can't tell you don't do it. And I just hate to see you spend $50 on a tank destroyer, get it, and be like, oh man, this is not what I thought it was, and hate it, and just have it sit in your garage and never use it. So. But anyways, this is Tank and Trucker. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative and you learned something. I learned to make sure you have a fire extinguisher in this. Because I got my ass roasted and toasted. Felt like a piece of toast. I'm just, not to be able to even hit a manual fire extinguisher, I'm just like, So, yeah, getting cooked wasn't fun. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. But you guys be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.